Okay, welcome back to the BrickHouse security training session for the VizTrack series of cameras. We've already talked about how to set up your monitoring panel, how to do real-time tracking, how to do GPS tracking history playback, and how to take snapshots. This video is about how to watch live streamed video. Okay, so we're going to open up a new tab in the browser and choose the bookmark you created previously for VSS. And that should immediately take you into the dashboard. And then we're going to go to the Live tab, which is where we will do the live video streaming. And then on the far left side, hit the little arrow to expand your fleet. You can sort the left menu according to what's online and or alphabetically and so on. If you click the little video icon on the far right, way over here, then it'll open up the pre-selected video windows, and you can choose to have a single window, or 4 windows, or 6 with one larger and the rest small, or 9 or 16, and you can also make any of those full screen. Once you're displaying a live video, you can make them full screen. This is a stop all function, so this stops all videos. And you might be wondering, why would I have so many video windows like this? Why would I need 16 video windows? The system has the ability of watching any number of cameras from any number of vehicles, so these don't all have to be from a single vehicle. I don't know why anybody would do that, but you never know. You could, for example, watch the front camera from 16 different vehicles at one time, or you could watch the rear camera from 16 vehicles, or any combination thereof. So what you might want to do is turn on the video window like I have now, and then choose the flavor that you'd like. I kind of like this one here. It shows up to 4 videos at one time. And then you can have that go away once you've selected it by clicking on the video icon again, so that you can see all map. And it'll automatically pop back up when you start watching live video. So to watch live video, you simply choose the vehicle that you want to watch live video from, and it'll center it on the map so you see where it is. And then you can expand the little triangle over here to see the names of the cameras. And you can do that obviously with any number of vehicles. If it's green, obviously they're online. And if I click the master video icon at the top of each vehicle, it'll start streaming all the cameras at one time, or I can double click on any particular camera, for example, say the front camera of this vehicle, and it'll pop open my 4 windows, but it'll only start playing the front camera. And then I can hit the stop all button to stop it. If I choose the master video icon at the top, then it's going to play all of the cameras on that vehicle at the same time. It might take a few seconds to spool them all up, but there I'm now doing that. Now I can stop each one individually with its own little stop button in the bottom left, and then I can take this remaining one here and double click on it, and it'll become this size. I can take a snapshot of it by clicking on the picture of the camera icon on the bottom here, and that just put that image into my hard drive right here on my download folder. And then I can click this full screen button here to make it full screen, and then to make it go back to the normal size, just hit the escape button. Okay. And then stop again. You can stop it just like that. So very simple. You can go back to your normal view, by clicking on the 4 windows or the 1 window or whatever you like. So that's as simple as it is. Now, if I want to play, for example, say I want to play more than one front camera at one time, I can go double click on this front camera. Maybe I'll bring up the rear as well. Then I'll double click on this front camera, double click on the rear, and so on. So you can have any combination that you like of videos. Okay, and just remember, don't leave them running. Obviously, you're going to be wasting a lot of data. You only have one set of eyes, so typically it makes sense to watch one camera at a time. But when you're done, either click the stop all or stop whichever ones you don't need to look at the moment and look at the other one. One thing that we are doing here with the VSS system is, number one, we're using H.265 encoding, which is twice as efficient as H.264, and that's the protocol most of our competitors use. So the BrickHouse system is almost twice as efficient as most of the other systems on the market because of the H.265 video compression algorithm that we use. The second thing that we do is we're able to stream substream video. So if I'm watching live video on a camera, for example, this uses 14 times less data than a normal streaming system would use, because we're stepping the quality down in order to be efficient. If I'm watching this truck driving down the road here, this is good enough quality. I don't need to see 1080p HD video. So even though we're streaming substream video, which is a lower quality, the camera is always recording the best quality. And if I really need, and anytime you download video from the camera, for example, in an accident or what have you, which we will show in a separate video, that you always get the best video. You'll always get the 1080p 30 frame per second, or whatever whatever it's set at. You'll get the best video quality when you download. But when you stream live, you'll get the lower quality video. If you really want to read a license plate or something, you can switch it with this HD symbol at the bottom here, and that's now going to use 14 times more data. And you can see how nice the quality is if I make it full screen. It's clear as a bell. And then just remember, you're using 14 times more data. So I would set it back to make sure you put the line through the HD symbol. I'm going to stop. Let's stop this. Oops. There we go. And then next time you start streaming it again, my mouse is all of a sudden acting funny. I'm on a Mac, so I don't know how it does that, but it's, let me see if I have to click somewhere else on my computer to stop it from doing that. It's Murphy's Law of demos in action here. Come on. My left mouse is not working. It's acting as a right mouse. So, darn it. There we go. I think I fixed it. There we go. Sorry about that. Let's go back there. So anyway, just make sure that if you start streaming, the better quality video, that you set it back the next time you watch live video. Like if I start watching some video here, you can see that it automatically went back to the lower quality. So that's a good thing. So just make sure that there's a line through the HD, normal, through normal streaming. Okay. Now, you might want to keep an eye on how much data you're using. Don't get carried away. Sometimes you might even not want to give live video capability to some of your people in your office. For example, your dispatcher, you may not need him to have live video. He might be able to just get away with snapshots. And if you do let your, other people in your office use the system, make sure you train them that, there's only so much video you can watch in a month. We're providing 500 megabytes of data in a month. In the overall scheme of life, that's not that much data. You can use a tremendous amount of data with, especially when you start downloading videos. So be cognizant of that. We very rarely have customers go over their limit because we train them and they're a little bit careful because the system is very efficient. So you can get a lot done, in a very efficient manner. It's just not, just make sure your employees know that this is not like watching television. The videos will automatically stop after 30 seconds so that nobody can, walk away from the computer and forget and use a whole bunch of data. But it's a good idea, just to kind of, number one, use the substream video, use snapshots, and save your larger consumptions for when something occurs, like an accident or what have you. Now, if you go to the report menu and you go to the data consumption report, there's 4 different data consumption reports. So I recommend if you start doing a bunch of live streaming, you might want to just kind of check that out. And I won't go through these reports in too much detail now, but there's a lot of good information here, and you can tell whether it's live video or whether it's just signaling video. So if it's normal tracking video, it's going to call it signaling. If it's from live consumption, you can tell, every time somebody's live streaming, you'll be able to see that in a record of your system. So you can see how much data got used. For example, we just did some live signaling, and you can see I used almost 7 megabytes in that one little event. So there's, again, 4 different reports, and you can choose any particular vehicle or or number of vehicles, and you can choose, a particular day or a particular month, and then search to see. So for example, you can see today I've used 23 megabytes. You can see that there's a daily limit set of maximum of 250 megabytes just to protect you as a customer. And there's a monthly limit of 2,000 megabytes, which is 2 gigabytes, which is 4 times more than you're allowed. But the data is pooled. So if you have 20 trucks and you're allowed 500 megabytes per month per vehicle, then that would be 20 times 500, which would be 10 gigabytes. So we don't care which vehicle or particular vehicles use the data. It's just the only thing that matters is whether your entire fleet exceeded the entire limit. So, I don't want you to worry about this. Just be cognizant that you got to be a little bit efficient, okay? And when we teach you how to download accident video and things like that, that's where you can be very efficient by being careful not to download more data than you need. If a typical accident might be 60 seconds of video, you don't need 10 minutes. You only need, a few seconds to get what happened in an accident. So basically, that's all there is to it for the live streaming. Come back and check out the next video, which will be on how to download video in the event of an accident. Thanks for watching. Take care.